Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I will do an uh, article presentation about improving students' speaking skill through English movie and scope of speaking for general communication that written by Asaptania Parmawati and Rati Inayah. So let's go. So the first is the background of the article. uh, as a student, speaking skill is very important. So for their subject, they are must take the speaking general communication for their education. On other hand, speaking skill is probably the most important because people who know language are usually referred as speaker of the language, and it can be concluded that speaking skill is very important. Beside writing skill that considered as most productive skill. However, most students most students still found that speaking skill is very difficult. Then that's the reality of it. The next is the background of the article. Also, the background of the article. Learning speaking English is not only in the class, but it also everywhere. Not only in class, you can use English speaking skill whether inside the class or outside of the class. We can improve it by our habit, like for example by listening music can maybe improve our vocabulary, or maybe when we use chat application on social media, it can improve our skill too, uh, because it is about making like we are speaking in usual way, but we are using text, or maybe by watching the movies. And it will be explained next. The research of the objectives. To improve the student speaking skill, a lecturer must know what the media that most fitting with the students. This research also use the collaborative classroom action, or user, or it being searched as CLR. And there are some objectives of the study here. The first one is finding out about whether that English movie can improve student English speaking skill or not. And the second is finding out the classroom situation, whether the student is enjoy the class or not. There are also theoretical framework here. The first is speaking skill. As we know, speaking is the one of the most important language skill that focus in oral interaction. Uh, with speaking, we produce send or receive the information accurately and smoothly with our mouth. The speaker also must pay attention about the vocabulary that they use, the grammar, and also the pronunciation to make the speaking more clearer. There are also general concept of the media. As you know, media is a tool for delivering messages from the sender to the recipient. In this context, we use movie. Movie is also can be media. So by using movie, maybe the student can receive some information from based on that movie. The aim of the tool itself in this study is the movie too is also to enable students to develop more critical thinking, analyze, and reflect their experience by using various media tools. There are also many types of media. Uh, the variation of media can help the lecturer to teaching more become more easier. The more suitable media also makes students more interested in studying the material. Media so can make lecturer creatively thinking about how they use media itself to make the teaching process more easier. And the last is film as medium for teaching speech. Like I said before, film in this context we use movies or film as media to teach student speaking skill to improve their skill in speaking too. Uh, it will be explained in the third slide, and there are some research methods here. Like I was said before, the sense of the class, the sense of the research. I mean, is collaborative classroom action research. This research design is uh, by observing the class. It will be explained later. And the instrument of the research, there are questionnaire and some tests. It will be also the explained later. And here, reverse. There are research methods here. Like you see, the first one is observation. The purpose of the observation itself is to find out the source of learning. So the researcher here, uh, they are making a diary to take note about the student, what happened in the class, the student performance, and many more. And the next, there are also questionnaire here. The questionnaire in form of sheet shared to the student to find out about their response about uh, what they thought about the learning activities. Like, for example, about what they think about learning by using English movie. And there are some tests too. There are two kind of tests here. The first is pre-test and the second is post-test. And it will be explained in the next slide. And there are some results based from the tests, like I was saying. The first is the pre-test. From the pre-test, the method of the teaching of by using English movies here is not still not used. So we can see about this performance of the student based on their free test is kind of low. Their speaking skill is not so good, but uh, there are some post tests here, like you see. The first post test, based on the post test one, the result, there are some significant improvement of the student skill. Yeah, uh, student skill here is improved significantly, and they are also feeling enthusiastic when they heard about learning by using English movie. And there are also first test too. Uh, it is also improved. They are think that based from the post test too, they think that English movie help them to improve their English skill too. And the questionnaire result also they think that uh, speaking skill their speaking skill improved by using this method. And the conclusion that based from the article that we know English movie successfully improve the students' speaking skill. The improvement of the skill also being seen about how they use more vocabulary, how they improve their work, how and they become more confidence in speaking, and they produce more words too. Uh, the choice of the vocabulary also become more wider. And I think that's all for my article presentation. I hope you enjoy my presentation today. I think that's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.